Hi students and friends, welcome to the channel Learn and Teach by Ayaz. In this video, I'm going to talk about CAIE 5070 past papers, and this time I have selected the paper May-June 2022 and the version is 11. I'm not going to read the instructions as you all are clear about the instructions. This is the paper number 11. It's May-June 2022. It's multiple choice paper. Number 1. The scientist needs to add approximately 100 centimeter cube of water to each of 50 large beakers. The scientist needs to fill the beakers as quickly as possible. Which method should be used? So, scientist is adding approximate volume of water to each of 50 large beakers. So, he must be using measuring cylinder. So the correct answer for this question must be D. Number 2, 4 mixtures, each containing 2 substances, are shown in the table. The 2 substances need to be separated and collected. Which row is correct? A. Copper 2 sulfate and water. Separation method, chromatography. You can't use chromatography method for separating copper 2 sulfate and the mixture of copper 2 sulfate in water, because chromatography is used to separate and identify color substances as well as colorless substances like amino acids. B. Methanol plus ethanol. Methanol and ethanol are miscible liquids, so you can't use evaporation. So both A and B are incorrect. C. Oxygen and nitrogen. Both oxygen and nitrogen are present in air. Separation method for these two will be used after liquefaction, will be fraction distillation. So C will be the right answer for this question. For your convenience, I am reading the last statement also. If you have a mixture containing sand and barium sulfate, you can't use separation method filtration, because barium sulfate and sand both are insoluble in water. Number 3. 2 samples of a colorless solution are tested separately with aqueous sodium hydroxide NaOH and aqueous ammonia NH3, and the results are recorded. A white precipitate is formed with 2 drops of NaOH aqueous. This precipitate dissolves in an excess of NaOH aqueous. A white precipitate is formed when 2 drops of NH3 aqueous. This precipitate dissolves in excess of NH3 aqueous. What can be deduced from these results? We know that only Zn2 plus ion is soluble in both NaOH and aqueous ammonia. So D will be the right answer for this question. Number 4. Which row correctly describes changes in the particles when a substance freezes? When substance freezes, it means the state is changing into solid. The arrangement of the particles will be ordered one. So either A is correct or B is correct. Both C and D are incorrect. What about the energy change? Particle lose energy when it changes, or when the state freezes, the particles will lose energy. So B will be the right answer for B. Number 5. Ethyl amine gas C2H4NH2 and hydrogen chloride gas HCl react together to form a white solid, ethylamine hydrochloride. At which position in the tube would a ring of solid white ethylamine hydrochloride form? This is very easy. What you have to do, find the MR of C2H5NH2 and HCl. C2H5NH2. You know the AR of carbon is 12, so we have two carbon atoms, so 2 will multiply by 12 gives 24. We have 7 hydrogen atoms, and we know the AR of hydrogen is 1, so 7 multiplied by 1 will be 7. AR of nitrogen is 14, so I will write 14 here. If you will add up these, we'll get 45 as MR of C2H5NH2. What about HCl? AR of hydrogen is 1 and chlorine is 35.5. So we'll get 36.5. So hydrogen chloride will travel faster than ethylamine. So definitely A will be the answer for this one. Both will meet at point A to form a white solid. 6. Two particles have the symbols. This is Fe2 plus and CO3 plus. Which statement about these particles is correct? A. They contain the same number of electrons. So Fe is carrying +2 charge. It means it has lost 2 electrons. The proton number of Fe is given, which is 26. So subtract 2 from 26, we will get 24. This will be the number of electrons for Fe plus 2. What about CO plus 3? Proton number of CO is given, that is 27. The charge of CO is +3, which means it has lost 3 electrons. So 27 minus 3 will be 24. So both have same number of electrons. So statement A must be right one. For your convenience, I am reading the other statements. They contain the same number of neutrons. If you look at the nucleon number of both of these, nucleon numbers are different and proton number is also different. So if you subtract proton number from nucleon number, you won't get same number of neutrons. So this is wrong. C, they contain the same number of protons. Both have different number of protons. As you all know, proton number is the entity of the element. Proton number changes, element changes. So you can't have same number of protons. D, they do not contain the same number of protons, neutrons, or electrons. This is wrong because they have same number of electrons. 7. Two isotopes of chlorine are Cl35 and Cl37. Using these isotopes and C12 and H1, how many different relative molecular masses are possible for the compound with molecular formula C2H3Cl3? So we have 3 Cl atoms attached with C2H3. So what are the possibility? The possibility will be these. We have Cl35, Cl35, Cl37, or we have Cl37, Cl37, Cl35. Third possibility will be chlorine. All chlorine will be of Cl35. Fourth possibility will be all chlorine will be of Cl37. So we have C as a right answer for this question. Number 8. Which statement about the substances at room temperature and pressure is correct? We have W, X, Y, and Z. A. W and X conduct electricity. W is an alloy. And X is an ionic compound. So W will conduct electricity at room temperature and pressure, but X would not conduct electricity at room temperature and pressure. So this is wrong statement. B. W and Y are elements. W is an alloy. Y is diamond. So diamond is allotropic form of carbon. So it is an element, but W is not an element. So this is wrong. C. X and Z dissolves in water. X is ionic compound. What is Z? Z is ethanol. Both ionic compound and ethanol are soluble in water. So C will be the right statement. For your convenience, I am reading the last statement. D. Y and Z have low melting points. Y's diamond must have high melting point. Z has low melting point. This is correct, but Y does not have low melting point. So this is wrong. Number 9. A piece of magnesium reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid. The resulting solution is then evaporated, leaving a solid residue of magnesium chloride. Which statement is correct? A. A covalent solid is formed in this process. For your convenience, I am writing the reaction. This is a reaction between magnesium and hydrochloric acid. We get magnesium chloride plus H2 gas. I am balancing the equation also. So we have covalent solid now. This is ionic solid. This is not covalent solid. MgCl2 is ionic solid. So A is incorrect. B. Each chlorine atom gains 1 electron in this process. You see the charge on chlorine will not change in this process. On both sides of the equation, it's carrying -1 charge. So it has not gained electron in this process. C. Each magnesium atom loses only 1 electron in this process. Magnesium atom loses 2 electrons in this process. As you look at the formula of magnesium chloride, it is MgCl2, which means magnesium has lost 2 electrons. So this is also wrong. Only D will be the correct answer. I'm reading the statement. Molecules of an element are formed during the reaction. Yes, we have molecule of the element, that is hydrogen gas. This is molecule of element. Number 10. Which dot and cross diagram represents carbon dioxide? Only outer shell electrons are shown. If you look at the position of carbon, carbon belongs to group 4. So the valency of carbon will be ±4. And oxygen belongs to group 6. The valency of oxygen will be -2. So if we predict the formula between these two, what we will get? We will get C plus -4, ignoring their charges. So we have 4 and 2. Simplifying these numbers, we'll get 2, 1. These subscripts will be exchanged and we get CO2. So there must be 1 carbon and 2 oxygen atoms. So all the diagrams are showing 1 carbon and 2 oxygen atoms. What about the sharing of electrons between these two? Carbon contains 4 electrons in its valence shell, while each oxygen atom contains 2 electrons in their valence shell. So carbon atom will share 2 of its valence electron with each oxygen atoms, while each oxygen atom will be sharing 2 of their valence electrons with carbon atom. So C will be the right answer in this case. 11. Two statements about the structure and properties of metals are given. Statement 1, metals are malleable and have high melting point. Statement 2, metals have mobile electrons in their structure. What is correct? A, both statements are correct and statement 2 explains statement 1. Both statements are correct, but statement 2 does not explain statement 1. So A is wrong. B, both statements are correct, but statement 2 does not explain statement 1. This is right. For your convenience, I am reading the other statements also. Statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is incorrect. This is wrong because both statements are correct. Number D, statement 2 is correct, but statement 1 is incorrect. This is also wrong. 12. How many different elements are present in ammonium nitrate? The formula of ammonium nitrate will be NH4, NO3, PF nitrogen, hydrogen, and oxygen. So we have 3 different elements present in ammonium nitrate. Number 13, aqueous calcium hydroxide is an alkali. It is neutralized by dilute nitric acid to produce calcium nitrate and water. What is the ionic equation for this reaction? For titration reactions, the ionic equation will be H plus OH minus gives H2O. So the only right answer here will be D. Other choices are incorrect. 14. The relative molecular mass MR of liquid Z is 60. Z contains 40% carbon, 6.7% hydrogen, and 53.3% oxygen. Which row shows the correct empirical and molecular formula of Z? In order to find the empirical formula, we need to divide the percentage by the AR of each element. CF, carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. The percentage of carbon is 40. We'll divide 40 by 12 for carbon atom. What about hydrogen? 6.70%. AR of hydrogen is 1. So we will divide 6.70 by 1. Oxygen, 53.3%. What about the AR of oxygen? It is 16. So we will divide 53.3 by 16. 40 divided by 12, 3.333. For hydrogen, we get the same answer because we will divide any number by 1, we will get the same answer. What about oxygen? 53.3 divided by 16, 3.3315. So 3.3315 will be the smallest number here. So we'll divide all the numbers by 3.3315. Carbon will get 1, hydrogen will get 2, oxygen will get 1. So the empirical formula will be CH2O. So either A is correct or B is correct. C and D is incorrect. What about the molecular formula? In order to find the molecular formula, we will divide the molecular mass, which is 60 here, by the empirical mass. So empirical mass for CH2 will be 1 carbon atom means 12, 2 hydrogen atom means 2, 1 oxygen atom means 16. So you'll add up these values, you will get 30. So we'll get N by dividing the molecular mass by 30. 60 divided by 30, we'll get 2. So multiply 2 by CH2. So we'll get C2H4O2. So B will be the right answer for this question. Number 15, how many tons of aluminum oxide Al2O3 are required to produce 27 tons of aluminum? I'm writing the equation. Al2O3 gives Al plus O2. So if you balance the equation, we'll get 2Al2O3 gives 4Al plus 3O2. I need to find the tons of aluminum oxide X from 27 tons of aluminum. We have 2 moles of Al2O3. So let's calculate the MR of Al2O3, and this will be expressed in tons. AR of aluminum will be 27, and for oxygen, it's 16. So 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. 4 multiplied by 27. 108. For oxygen, 2 multiplied by 3 will be 6. And we will multiply 6 atoms of oxygen by the AR of oxygen, that is 16. We will get 96. So add 96 in 108. 204. So 204 of Al2O3 gives how many? Al? 4 multiplied by 27 is 108. 2 cross, you will get 108x is equal to 27 multiplied by 204, or x is equal to 27 multiplied by 204 divided by 108. 27 multiplied by 204 divided by 108, 51. So B will be the right answer for question number 15. 16. Lead-2 bromide is electrolyzed using inert electrodes. Which statement is correct? A. A brown gas is seen at the positive electrode. Positive electrode is anode, and at anode, bromine gas will be produced, and bromine gas is brown in color. A will be the right answer. For your convenience, I am reading other statements. P. Electrons pass through the solution from one electrode to other. No. Ions pass, not electrons. So B is wrong. C. Ions pass through the circuit from one electrode to the other. No. It's electrons that passes from one electrode to other through the circuit. So this is also wrong. D. The lead-2 ions are oxidized. This is also wrong because lead-2 ions are reduced. So only A will be the right answer. 17. Compound X is sodium iodide NaI. Compound Y is methyl methanoate HCO2 CH3. At room temperature and pressure, one solid in aqueous solution to electricity. Which words correctly complete gaps 1 and 2? At room temperature and pressure, sodium iodide NaI is solid. So I will write X here. In aqueous solution, X conducts electricity. So we have only D as the right answer here. 18. For the forward reaction of a reversible reaction, the enthalpy change of a reaction delta H is minus 50 kilojoule per mole, and the activation energy EA is plus 60 kilojoule per mole. What is the activation energy of the reverse reaction? So forward reaction, the enthalpy change for forward reaction will be this, and we have enthalpy change given, that is delta H is minus 50. What about activation energy? It's also given. EA, it is plus 60. The reverse of this reaction is endothermic. So the energy profile diagram will be like this. Product will be at high energy state. This time the activation energy will be this, and the enthalpy change will be this. You see, in second diagram, we'll get the enthalpy change by adding the EA and delta H. EA plus delta H. And EA is given, it's 60. And as it is endothermic reaction, so delta H will be plus 50. So we'll add 60 in 50. So we'll get 110 kilojoule per mole. So D will be the right answer for this question. 19. The diagram shows a titration experiment. We are adding dilute acid from butyrate, and we are adding dilute acid to aqueous alkali in the conical flask. Which row about the reaction in the conical flask is correct? The reaction is exothermic. So either C is correct or D is correct. The value of delta H is negative. So C will be the right answer for this question. Number 20. Sulfur dioxide reacts with oxygen in the air. 2SO2 plus O2 gives 2SO3. Delta H is negative. the reaction is very slow if no catalyst is present. Which statement explains this? So we are talking about uh, in relation to the presence or absence of catalyst for this reaction. A, air contains only 21% oxygen, so there is not enough oxygen for all the sulfur dioxide to react. This is wrong. It has nothing to do with the presence of oxygen here, because the information does not suggest this. B, only a small proportion of the sulfur dioxide and oxygen molecules have enough energy to react even at high temperature. Yes, only small portion, even at high temperature. The reason is that if you add the catalyst, it will decrease the activation energy for this reaction. So there will be large proportion of sulfur dioxide and oxygen molecules reacting together. So B will be the right answer. For your convenience, I am reading the statement C and D also. C, the reaction is exothermic, and so at high temperature, the equilibrium shifts to the left side. It's they are talking about the shifting of the equilibrium. It has nothing to do with the absence or presence of catalyst. So C is wrong. The reaction is reversible, and so products turn back to reactants. This happens more quickly at high temperatures. The equilibrium will shift to the reactant side. It does not happen more quickly at high temperature, because high temperature means we are increasing the rate of the reaction. So B will be the right answer for this question. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Press like, give comments. For more videos, subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon.